we are, meeting at a very difficult time in the world. The narrative that you hear today is encapsulated in words like polycrisis and permacrisis and uncertainty. And this is so because of one hand, the geopolitical issues, but more structurally because of the climate emergency and social inequity, both serious sustainability challenges. India has, of course, uh, done its part, done more than its part, and India has the only G20 country on track to deliver on the NDCs. It's a country that has very, very well recognized the fact that energy transition also requires sustainable lifestyles. India is, in a way, the victim of the excessive emissions that have happened in the West. India's per capita emissions are still very low compared to the rest of the world, but we are, this climate emergency has no boundaries. We are also impacted. And what we are seeing is that over and above this climate emergency, there is a lot of regulations emerging that can threaten trade or create trade barriers, impact competitiveness. So as enterprises, we not only have to contend and deliver on the energy transition and adaptation, but have also to deal with the issues of competitiveness that are arising on account of all these regulations. So which means that sustainability in its entirety has to come to the center of corporate strategy. It was always a good practice to do that, but today it is, I think, more than a business case. I would say it is a case for survival. So it's very important for sustainability to be at the core of corporate strategy, and which means we need to look at on one hand decarbonization, green infrastructure, mobility, buildings, your manufacturing process, amongst others. But we also need to deal with the issues of deterioration of nature. We also need to deal with adaptation, because before the world gets cooler, it's going to get hotter and weather events will be more and more. So how are we going to continue to thrive in a world where we will see more extreme events? So how do you kind of adapt your supply chains, adapt agriculture value chains, make sure that enough water is available for daily needs of citizens as also for manufacturing. So adaptation also assumes an important facet of business strategy. So a lot to be done, and the CII-ITC Center of Excellence on Sustainable Development has been providing thought leadership on many of these areas. There are groups in each one of these areas, and those groups have are there available for all members to use for the purpose of gaining information and knowledge and best practices. Let me now take this opportunity also to congratulate all the winners for their exemplary leadership in sustainability. I'm sure the process also that you have gone through has been enriching, and the process itself has been a learning journey. I'm sure even everybody who's participated, obviously, not everybody gets the award, but I think all of you who have participated, and from whatever I've heard of the evaluation, have taken some exemplary measures, and I hope all of you have gained through this whole process. It's a very rigorous process.